Nice to see you all. Wonderful to see all those smiling faces. Great to be here at the Mulgrave Country Club, and welcome to That's Good for Footy and the Western Bulldogs night. Sandra's out the back. You'll notice she's not up there selling raffle tickets anymore. Why? Because Bailey's out the back. Sorry, girls. Sorry. Jesus. I'm going to try to, jack her off, but anyway, she's out there. She's having a good time. Welcome to That's Good Footy. This is the only live and interactive footy panel show going around. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. These shows are for the passionate supporters, and it gives you a sense of connection. This is where the players, you'll get to see them in a little bit of a different light. I presume all of you just want to meet them, get them out here and have a little bit of fun with them. We'll do that right now. Let's get into it. Please welcome our first panellist. He was born on the 24th of October in 1992. He's played a total of 162 games. He's kicked a total of 109 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2011. When he plays for the Western Bulldogs Football Club, he wears the number 3 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Mitch Wallace.
Sons of the West, red, white and blue.
Nice touch, Johnny, nice touch. Well done. How's this? There you go.
Hey, everyone.
What a beautiful smile, and I love his eyes. He's always attentive. Nice to see you here, mate. Welcome to your first That's Good for Footy panel show. I can't believe after all this time that it's taken me this long to get you here. I think we've been too busy going to the SB instead of coming here. But anyway.
You lost my number, obviously. No, amazing. This is great to be here. Yeah. Obviously, to see you guys, your face in the crowd. It's been an indifferent 3 years, but to be in front of you guys now and on the verge of a final series with, expectation. It's pretty exciting, mate.
Oh, I love it. Very, very enticed. I can't wait. That's it. Let's get on with the show. Oh, no, we've got one more. All right. Our second panellist, he was born on the 7th of December in 2000. He's played a total of 83 games and he's kicked 40 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2019. When he plays for the Western Bulldogs Football Club, he wears the number 6 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Bailey Smith.
Sons of the West, red, white and blue. We come out strong. Bulldogs blue and
there you go.
Bulldogs bite.
Wow. All right. I've never seen so many smiling girls in my life. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Welcome. This is Bailey's second time on the show. For all of you that missed the first time, we're rapt to have him back. And how good does he look? Yeah?
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No, it's wonderful to have you here, mate. I am seriously excited about it. I think we're going to have a lot of fun tonight with you two. We're going to get straight into it. But I just wanted to go, before we get into it, I just wanted to talk about the season. It's amazing, the home and away season. We've obviously seen it say goodbye and we're about to move into the finals. We've had appointments, sackings, retirements, heartbreak, jubilation, drama, controversy and disappointment, and that's just been in the last week. That's just been unbelievable.
You couldn't have scripted the last game, or the second last game can't be Collingwood either. Yeah. So it's been a up and down season for a lot of teams, but it's breathed the excitement of what's to come. So we're in it for a chance, and fingers crossed things go our way.
Absolutely. I wanted to just go through this because obviously talking about the season 2022, now we get stuck into the finals. 4 classic games between 8 great teams. All of them will battle each other for the right to hold the Premiership Cup aloft on the last Saturday in September. And the best part is the AFL Grand Final is where? Back at the MCG. How cool is that? After missing it for the last 2 years, Melbourne people have been starved. After 2 years of lockdowns, restrictions, isolation rules, curfews, the day we've been waiting for is nearly here. Now, before we get started tonight, I just wanted to congratulate both Aaron Norton and our very own Bailey Smith for their under-22 selection. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you, mate.
That's wonderful. When the news come through for you, how did it make you feel? What was the first thoughts?
It was exciting, I guess, but you don't really play for those sort of things. Play for finals now, which is exciting, but just a feather in the cap and taking them a stride.
Good on you. Just talking about that very quickly, I just did want to brush over it. You guys were all sitting around, you watched the Collingwood-Carlton game. I think nearly everybody, especially if you're a Western Bulldogs supporter, saw you guys just jumping with pure excitement and jubilation around the room. What was that emotion like for you in the room for you boys?
It was crazy, we were in Tassie, so just finished... Tassie. We just finished playing our game, got back to the hotel, had a few beers and sitting around watching it. And at 3/4 time, we thought we were on holidays. And it's like, oh, season's done. And then...
You trust Carlton to...
Oh, I know.
I'm not going to swear, but to F it up like they did. There was only one team that was able to...
And yeah, somehow they messed it up, and before you know it, Bevo's running in and out of the room, can barely watch.
How's that?
And yeah, everyone just over the moon, I guess.
It was so exciting, the whole game on the Sunday, knowing there was so much hanging on it, but to see the celebrations that you guys went into.
It leaves a bitter taste in your mouth when you have to cheer for Collingwood, though.
Yeah.
I was perplexed. On one hand, I was going for Paddy Lipinski because he's a ex-teammate of ours, but trying to cheer for a black and white.
Black and white. Yeah, I understand. I just wanted to, while we're at it, congratulate Marcus Bontempelli, the Bond, and Jack McRae for their selection in the All-Australian team. That's actually going on tonight at Crown, but they made the squad of 44. Well done to all 4 players from the Western Bulldogs Football Club. Now let's get on with the show. What do you reckon? All right, let's do it. We're going to do it in our first segment, boys. We're going to introduce it and then we'll go from there. It's called Who Are You? That's it. This is an old-style footy show that gets everyone pumped. I want to ask you a couple of questions here, boys. Growing up as a kid, how often would you catch up with friends after school and go down to the local park or the local oval to have a kick? What was your footy journey in that respect?
Yeah, mine was quite often, but I had local footy training a fair bit, so I was with my mates normally. But I normally I got an older brother who's, what is he now, 25. So I just sort of kicked with him all the time. Dad never really wanted to kick footy with me.
Yeah, right.
So, just my older brother. I lent on him more so than friends, I guess.
Yeah, right. And would you do that in the backyard, or you'd head around to the local oval? What would be the...
Backyard and then local oval, just for hours. It was ridiculous. It was good.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was good though.
Excellent. Always liked the feel of the football in your hand?
Yeah, it was the best.
Yeah, good. What about you, Mitch?
Yeah, so I grew up in Essendon. And Lincoln Park, it was probably 100 metres away from St Teresa's, my primary school, and after every school. I was within walking distance, so it's all about having the foot in your hands. We all brought our own footy, and we took turns, so one didn't get too scuffed, and then it was your turn and your turn. So great memories, and I've got a couple of kids now, so hopefully they can experience some of the same stuff.
How beautiful. Yes, William, how is he? How's everything going?
He's not sleeping. So.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm serious. I'm this close to calling up a doctor or whatever, but no, he's a great kid. He's always smiling, and he likes to get handed around, and people love cuddling him. So
that's beautiful.
He's a beautiful looking kid too. I'm not being biased.
No.
Nothing on Baz, but I'm not yet anyway. No, but going well, mate. Loving being a dad for the second time.
That's great, mate. Well
I don't know how you do it. I've got a 3-month-old cat and a 5-month-old dog. I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
I'm bloody happy to trade them if you want.
But you can't just put kids outside in the rain and leave them out there for a little bit.
You can try, but it doesn't really work.
Not ethical, yeah.
You won't be that popular. Tell me, did you say 3-month-old cat?
Yeah, 3-month-old cat.
What sort of cat is it?
It is a British blue short hair.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
What's its name?
Its name's Wally, actually. His name's Wally.
Ah, excellent. And the dog?
The dog is Albert. He's a black lab, and 5 months or 5.5.
Excellent. We have 2 Burmans, so we understand what it's like to be cat people, and we get it, all right. Did you used to dominate during these catch-ups? Like when you would go down, would you be the one that would dominate? I know you just said it was with your brother, but was there a circumstance, were you just that kind of dominant force when you were...
Yeah, well, we played horse, if you know what horse is.
Yeah.
And I've never lost to him. So,
really?
I'm undefeated against him, so I love
that.
Yeah.
All right, what a title to have. I like it.
Yeah, so I grew up with Tommy Libber, obviously one of my close mates and one of our teammates. So we were always the 2 captains, so we always had to be split, which was unfortunate. But we really obviously got really competitive with each other. And I don't know what the final count was. I don't think I won every game, but no, it was good fun. It was good competitive fun.
Excellent. This is a really important question when you're growing up. What was more important to you, taking a specking over your mates, or hanging, or actually bagging a ridiculous goal?
Well, I've never actually taken a specky before. So I reckon that would be the more exciting thing to do in my opinion, but I don't mind a goal, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon, mark us up, obviously it was a big game when you were younger, so I think in taking a specky.
Yes.
And like Baz, I don't think I took too many, but that was probably my favourite thing to do.
Cool, all right. Going back to your first game, you've just been told you're playing for the Western Bulldogs. Who was the first person that you told and what was their reaction?
Yeah, I called my, dad. And then soon after, my grandpa, because my grandpa has driven me to every training and picked me up since I reckon I was 12. And that's obviously a big commitment, training basically every night, different teams. And he lives in Beaumaris, so he had to take me to like Icon Park in Carlton sometimes. To I don't know, Sandy was easy for him, but yeah, it was my dad and then my grandpa straight away, and then my mum. She'll be flat with that. I think she thinks she was called first, but dad and grandpa.
And give us the reaction. What was that like?
Dad, not very emotional person, but he was wrapped.
Yes.
And then my grandpa, I've never really seen emotion out of him, but I think he was crying down the phone, which was awesome.
Wow.
So
yeah, good. That must have made you feel wonderful. Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah, great. Mitch, what was it like for
mum
you,
and
mate?
dad. For similar reasons to Bailey, they sacrifice a lot to allow you to live your dream. So to share it with them, they're obviously very proud, but you feel like they've been such a part of the journey that they deserve to be the first to know.
For sure, absolutely.
And Mum said, it's about time.
Yeah.
I think it was early in the season, but they were wrapped. Obviously, you never forget your first game. I wanted to forget about it because I'll tell you a little thing about my first game. It was in Perth, round 4.
Okay.
I was wearing the green vest as an 18-year-old and didn't get on till about 15 minutes to go in the last quarter.
Right.
And got 2 handballs and that was my debut. And then during the best thing, they gave me 7 DVDs of my debut to hand out to family and friends.
Really?
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Thanks. Like I need a memory of that. Yeah, right. Being that your dad had played there, what was the emotion like from him? I know you guys were all there when Luke just passed it over to Sam, his first Guernsey the other day. That'd be a really special moment for you, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was, and it continues to be. Obviously, very proud of Steve and his career, my dad. Yeah. He was actually one that tried to push me in my own direction. Yeah. He told me that he didn't want me to take the number 24, which was the number he wore. So I took number 3, which is a fairly important number in our club's history.
Absolutely.
With a little bit higher expectation. But I think he was really proud, but wanted me to just go and search and have my own journey and not be there as someone, not living in his shadow, but not being behind him. So, I'm very grateful of that now because I know what that means, looking back. But, couldn't meet a prouder parent.
That's brilliant, mate. That's excellent. What was the emotion like for you when you're down in the change rooms for the first game, and you get to you put on the jumper for the first time? You're not a fan anymore, you're not a supporter, you're actually going out to play for the club. What was that emotion like for you? Yeah,
well, my first couple of games, I was shitting myself, here in the crowd, especially, I think it was round 4 against Collingwood. I don't know if you remember, before the game, so I hadn't kicked a goal yet, Wall was like, you'll love the G, I reckon you'll kick your first snag. You said that in the change rooms, I swear on my life, and then I ended up kicking it, shrugged off Brodie Grundy and kicked a check side. So, but just hearing the crowd, even now, it's still gets me nervous. But it was just so overwhelming, but all sort of a blur. It all just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Can't really remember much of it, but it was super fun.
Surreal moment though, putting on the jumper. Was there a pinch me moment in there?
Yeah, there was probably, when I ran out, because at Marvel Stadium they have the lights that sort of flicker and it was crazy.
Wow, excellent. Mitch, what was it like for you, mate?
I think when you arrive and you see your jumper hanged up and your socks and your shorts and everything's laid out for you, you're normally drawn out of your backpack or something that you take to the ground. There's that, but I think like Bailey, that they blur a little bit, but you do remember your first win.
Yeah.
And when you get Powerade or Gatorade shoved on your head, and you get that Guernsey that you played in your first win, I think that's probably a real outside your debut. Your first win is one of the most important.
Did you win your first one? Or
no, I didn't. It took me a while actually.
How many?
It took me 5. Well, we didn't go that well. Can you remember in 2011 we underachieved a little bit, so it took me a couple of games to notch up a win. Yeah,
and I'm sure you appreciate you bring that up.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Well done. Hey, did you or your friends used to collect footy cards when you were growing up?
My friends did. I actually didn't really that much. Okay. No, I wasn't interested.
No?
I had weirdly enough, Pokemon cards and stuff like that.
Right.
I wasn't obsessed with them, but I just thought they were cool. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I was a big collector.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where they are now, but Pokemon was my thing too. But I remember just counting stats. I used to love counting stats and getting the record and scribbling out the opposition's name and writing boo everywhere. And then, that was a bad word back in the day. But I was a big stat taker. So.
Yeah, right. So following on from that question, what was it like when you first saw your card? Can you remember that feeling?
Oh, I can remember it. It was weird. I didn't like the photo they used, to be honest. And I wish we got a choice. But yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. I don't know. I think my cousin ended up getting one as well, and that's sort of when it hit home, like at a family dinner, and he brought the footy card. And like, it was pretty cool. So
Yeah. Okay.
I remember more the first time you had to sign something, like actual, a young kid wanted you to sign something, and you're that nervous, you're trying to find, and then you're like, oh, that could be my signature, and then you give it back to them, like, you get that nervous, and then you're signing something like a scarf, which I know you guys know you can't really sign scarves. There's no smoothness with the pen. But
doesn't matter how much you stretch it out.
And they're going, wow, that looks cool. I'm like, mate, that looks shocking. But you can have it.
Yeah, all right. Hey, does everyone in the family barrack for who you play for, or has there always been any division? I know probably coming from you, it would have already been set in stone.
Yeah.
Well, I was Hawthorn supporter growing up, my whole family. So, but now they're all no good. Now they're all doggies, mad doggies. So, every single one of them, all members.
Yeah,
so,
really. Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, well done. Can you remember your first day turning up at the club for training? What were you thinking? Were you nervous? Did you know where to park? Did you know where to sit? What was that? Take us through that first day.
Well, I didn't have my licence yet, so I was still 17, and I was living with Easton Wood at the time, who I did this show with in 2019.
That's it.
And yeah, he's in Bali now, living his life.
He is.
Jealous. Just look at his ears. No,
look at his Instagram.
Oh, I'm jealous. But I stayed with him for probably 2 weeks.
Okay.
The first 2 weeks, so it wasn't that daunting. Obviously, having a previous relationship with him, and him driving me to training, I wasn't really thrown in the deep end, so it was good.
Did you know when you first walked in though, like, where do I sit? Was it a bit
That's the funny one, is
nervous anticipation?
because some people try to stitch you up and like put you in like the skipper's seat. So like, I was back right. If you're facing the thing, I was back right. I was just like, no, I know no one will sit here, so I'll sit there. Yeah.
Beautiful, Mitch.
Yeah, I again had a little bit different upbringing to Bailey. I was in at the club since I was about 15 with Tom. We got exposed to training and to different things, which was amazing, incredible. And we got told we were getting drafted about halfway through the year in Year 12. So we were given the tour a little bit earlier, but we also started training before the draft. Yeah. So there was just things that are different that, not as much happens like that these days, which is unfortunate because as a 16, 17-year-old kid, getting exposed to that is, something that I'll never forget.
For sure, absolutely. What's the biggest crowd you've played in front of, and how did that feel walking out onto the field for the first time?
Well, I don't even know. Because the past 3 years have been COVID-ridden for me. So I had a couple in 2019, but I feel like there's more hype around the Bulldogs now, just because we've been performing a lot better. But I suppose it was the grand final last year, I reckon, or the prelim against Port. I don't know though. I don't know how many were even there at Optus. Optus last year.
You're talking about the grand final?
Yeah, the grand final.
50.
I don't reckon I've had more than that. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Just before you get there, what was that like for you, walking out to that?
I was so nervous. The build-up to the grand final, because... do you have a week off between the prelim and the granny? We did last year, and oh my God, I did not get an ounce of sleep. Like every night, just overthinking footy. Not even excitement, just like, just get the game over and done with. I was so nervous.
Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. Just get me there. And because we were living in Perth, couldn't really do much. Couldn't distract myself. It was just it was so daunting thinking about playing. The most important game of my life.
Absolutely.
And trying not to play that in my head every night was tough, but got there in the end. But unfortunately lost.
Yeah, understood. Yep.
Yeah.
Mitch?
Playing against Melbourne and Collingwood at the G. I think there was 80,000. Collingwood always have a big crowd, but a bit crazy.
Yeah, their games have been phenomenal of late with the crowds that they're drawing as well. If it was your choice and not the coach's, what position would you want to play?
No, I'm happy with mine. Midfield, Good. It's nice. I don't really like wing time. I played a bit of the wing last year, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, I just sort of try and manipulate my way into the side somehow. Obviously started as a midfielder before Baz kicked me out. But no,
when you were the leading goal kicker the next year, it was good.
I love playing forward. Different rewards. Obviously, you don't get the pill as much, so you're not involved. Or have the influence for a prolonged period of time, but you also can be really effective if you do, get your shots and kick your goals and have high goal assists. So I'm enjoying that transition of being, becoming a forward. But again, I'm still open to different challenges. I played a little bit on the wing as well this year. So any way that, Bevo seems fit, I just enjoy footy so much and a real competitor. So.
Good on you.
Forward wing is the hardest role because you're
So
not involved, as he was saying. It's
Yeah.
trying to impact the game without the ball in your hands, and it's a sort of selfless role.
More
but
when
it's tough.
you grow up as midfielders and you're obviously at the coalface so often. And then
you're the man, and then
you're not the man at all, no.
Yeah, it's tough, but you get used to it.
There you go. There's some good insight for you. Hey, was footy the only sport that you ever thought about playing?
I was mad on my athletics, so I did that all throughout school, the 100, 200
Okay, yeah.
and 400.
Right.
And I got to run the year below, so it was pretty fun.
Okay.
Smashing the kids the year below me.
That's always good.
Yeah, and that was about it. I never really thought about it in a serious manner, but I was obsessed with running and all
So
that.
a sprinter more than anything, not a middle distance runner or a long distance
No,
runner?
I do the 800 here and there, but I really didn't like it, so
Okay.
I stick to 1, 2 and 4.
Yeah, good. Okay. Oops. There you go.
Have you got a button under there? It's part of the show. I like it. I love playing all sports. I think basketball was probably the other sport that I really loved, and played probably up until under 16s when footy got serious. But I think I'm seeing a few kids in the crowd out here. I implore you to play as many sports as possible, because obviously the skills that you learn in different sports, but also the friendships and the mates that you make along the road is so important for obviously your life as a kid, but also after. So. Yeah, play as many sports as you can. Have so much fun doing that, whether it's footy, netball, basketball, athletics, anything. I just put your hand up and play as many as you can.
I love it. Well said. That's beautiful. Truly, yes. Yeah. Do you watch a lot of footy on TV? And if you do you watch it with the sound up or the sound down?
It depends what mood I'm in. Like, I don't know. I have good and bad weeks, so I'm like, I don't know, if it's a good week, I'll literally watch every game. If I'm not like worried about footy, or if I played well, I can watch footy. If I don't play well, I do not want to watch it or look at it.
Yeah, right.
Just because it reminds me of my failure, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love watching it,
Yep.
but very much depends upon how the weekend went, I guess.
I hear.
So.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but I do
I know,
understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Mitch?
Up and down. I think there's periods of time in the season where you're glued to, especially when it's cold on a Friday night and we're not playing.
Yeah.
You have the footy on. I have it on mute because I can't stand some commentators, especially when they're...
Name and shame.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not getting taped, this, is it? Obviously... I'd like to think, being in the system for 12 years, I know a thing or two about, and then when they say something that's just totally wrong, or they're putting down a player who, I can't have it. So on mute. But I love watching footy. I love watching good teams play. I probably don't watch a game that hasn't got two teams up near the top of the ladder, because time's pretty valuable. So.
Yeah, it's funny. I think we've been blessed with Friday night and Saturday night games of late, so there's something that you'll tune into. But there are other games where you can. It can be a bit of a hit and miss. You'll say, if I'm at the pub and maybe it's on the screen, I'll watch it. But there are other ones who you just, 100% you want to watch.
Sure.
Outside of AFL, what's your other favourite sport to watch?
I love the basketball, NBA. So I'm not. I don't like barrack for someone religiously, but I just love LeBron James. So
Absolutely.
I just watch. I'm not massive on it, but I do love watching. The finals and playoffs when it gets a bit serious. So
Knowing that you didn't actually have a team, or you don't barrack for anybody in that instance, what about the Golden State Warriors and the Celtics when they played in the last finals? Did you have a team then?
Yeah. I wanted the Celtics to win because Golden State.
Underdog?
And Golden State. I don't really like them after their. Beating LeBron and now Steph has 4 rings, same as LeBron, which is a joke, but all the boys get around it. It's very exciting, so it's good to watch another Coda sport, I guess.
Have you ever done it live? Have you ever been to the States to do that?
I did when I was 16 with the AIS, the AFL Academy thing, so we got to go to LA, stayed at UCLA for a bit, and
how was that? That must have been awesome.
I went to Florida and stayed at IMG Academy, so it was 2 weeks, and we were the last year they did it, and then they canned it. So lucky,
blow you away.
It was crazy, it was amazing. Good
How
experience.
Cool is that? Mitch?
Yeah, I'm an NBA fan as well.
Okay.
I follow the Spurs. Tim Duncan was the first ever Guernsey that my mum and dad bought for me. So
Oh,
I've got a soft spot for them, but I haven't been watching them of late. I'm
Yep.
a little bit like Bailey. I'm a LeBron James tragic,
Yes.
and watching him play well. But I also love the NFL,
Yep.
and the pre-season games are on at the moment. So it's a really good time of year for us boys to watch the NFL because it's always on during pre-season. So there's
Yep.
always teams, screens on, and we're eating lunch and we can watch games. So it's great watching the really, awesome athletes go at it.
Yeah.
The running backs and the quarterbacks, how smart they are
Absolutely.
in that game. It's pretty impressive. So.
Yeah, there's a reason we watch sport, to watch the best of the best, hence the reason you love LeBron. Before a big game, do you like your own space? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you talkative? Are you quiet? Or do you just like your own time?
Oh, well, you want to go? You go.
Yeah, I love routine. So
Okay.
I love cooking. So I cook and prepare my meal. I love going to the market the day before and going and getting fresh produce, and then spending a
Fantastic.
couple of hours preparing and cooking and
Yeah, right.
dishing up a meal with my wife.
Oh, good.
So that's something I love doing. But I do get nervous, but it's excitement as well. So it's anxiety, but it's fueled.
Trepidation, nervous, anxiety.
But it's fueled by wanting to play well, but
Yeah.
so excited.
Yeah.
And then similar to the morning, I have a fairly strict routine. I love taking the dog for a walk,
Yeah.
having a coffee. In the last couple of years, I've had breakfast with my dad just at this cafe, Guilty
wonderful.
Moose. Shout out to Guilty Moose, it's a beautiful cafe. So I'm very routine because that does relax me. I can be excited, but be in a familiar environment and be relaxed as well.
Oh, good. I like all that.
Yeah, no, I was very routine, but I suppose now, past couple of years with the unpredictability of like COVID and stuff and having to prepare, I'll say being in the hub for however long we were, sort of went out the window and has since then. So all I need is good night's sleep. Now I need to start cooking a bit more. I just Uber Eats each night. I'm lazy, but I'm not going to lie, yeah. And then
Kids these days.
I love your honesty.
Oh, sorry, mate. Just need a coffee, honestly, in the morning, and then I need to make sure I have a nap before a game. Unless
Okay.
it's like 1 o'clock, I'm like, I'll get up at like, I don't know, whatever time. But I'm a big coffee man. I just need one before
Yeah.
I play. I have like 3 or 4 a day. So, that's all I need.
Wow. So coffee's your go-to thing as opposed to like maybe a song that might get you up and about or...
No, coffee, and I sit next to my dog. Listen to music, I suppose. Not pump up music, but just more to help me relax. I need something on instead of being in my own head. But nothing too strict because obviously you never know what's going to happen now. Yeah,
For sure. You've been handed a first-class ticket to travel anywhere in the world. Where are you going and why?
Well, all my best mates that I went to school with, they've just been in Europe for 4 months.
That's
and
why
I've been waking up in the morning to Snapchats and stories and videos of them doing what they do. So very jealous, but I'd probably go to Croatia, I think.
Oh, nice. Okay. Any real reason behind that?
Oh, it's just beautiful, and that's the best reviewed place that all my mates have said that's their favourite. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I have heard that a lot. Yeah. Mitch?
I was actually going to say Croatia because I sailed Croatia a couple of years ago, but I'll throw a curveball. I'll say Oktoberfest in Germany.
Ah, nice.
I did that when I was a little bit younger, and it was one of the funnest weeks of my life. They do it well over there.
Yeah, good. Okay. Thank God there's no camera phones around for that,
seriously.
Yeah, all right. Who's been your biggest influence or support in your footy journey?
My parents, obviously massive, but also, my grandpa, as I said before, the amount of hours we spent in the car together and, he'd bring me food, everything. It was massissive for me.
Is there anyone else that you actually turn to? Someone that, is a sounding board or just somebody that you just like to have a chat to? Outside of the family? But no names,
Outside of the
course,
family,
but just...
I suppose I talk to Libra a lot. He's actually, I know he has that, which I think he's growing out of now, that sort of stigma of, Libba, he's just like a funny guy. He's actually one of the smartest people you meet emotionally. So being able to feed off him is massive for me, so yeah.
That's great. Excellent.
Yeah, honestly, it is my family.
Yes.
And I won't talk too much about my mum and dad because I think it's pretty obvious the support they have. But my sister and younger brother, they travelled around with all my representative footy. My sister was water girl, a lot of my teams, and even at state level as well. So just having them there, loving every minute of it as much as I did. And, a lot of our childhood was about me and my footy, and for them not to get jealous and to really buy into making sure that I got to live the life that I did. I'll say it to their face, but I don't think they really appreciate how much, they did for me, and how proud I am of them.
That's wonderful, Mitch. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. How are you with flying? Like when you do your interstate trips, do you need a pillow? Do you like your headphones? Is it downloading of stuff? What room?
Yeah, I download stuff. I download on YouTube. If you're like a YouTube member, you can get stuff offline. So I download Fortnite videos, which is like gaming. So I'm a nerd. I just watch that.
Do you get nervous on flights?
Nah, I love it. It's fine. I don't love it. No, I don't love it. But yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. But I don't pack pillows or anything. I pack so light. Just my laptop and phone. Okay. But like Bond, for example, packs like 2 pillows. He always has like a suitcase half the time.
He's up the pointy end, though.
I know he's business class dog. So.
I always walk past him, and we're always in cattle class, and Marcus is seriously up the front 1A every time. But I don't mind flying because it gives you time to just relax and settle, and get into a book or watch a movie. I've done a bit of study in my time, so got a fair few uni assignments done over the journey as well.
Commerce, didn't you?
Accounting.
Great. Okay. Moving on to this one. Do any of the following things annoy you? Maybe all of them do. Let's go with the whole list. Waiting in a queue to be served, being stuck in traffic, being put on hold waiting for a green arrow at a set of traffic lights, your streaming service or your internet buffering, or waiting for the microwave to finish.
Microwave doesn't bother me, but that is a very specific good one. They're stuck in, which one is it? The green arrow. You know when someone takes inside and they're not going left. I don't know why that gets to me, but Wi-Fi is massive too. Like I have actually...
The buffering?
Yeah, I've broken a headset before when I'm playing Fortnite. So that's not a good example, but it's seriously, because I was moving into my new house and it was shocking. And obviously Fortnite, you don't know the concept, but it's very internet intensive and important, of course. And threw the headphones against the wall. And, yeah, that wasn't too long ago, but I've grown up since then, I reckon. So
okay, good.
I haven't grown up yet. I get very emotional and frustrated on the road. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but people either cut me off or they're doing the wrong thing in front of me. I'll tend to let them know about it in a nice way, calm.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Really, no.
Okay, all right. You must choose one of the following life moments. You've experienced 2 of them already, but we'll go for it anyway. Your partner is giving birth to your first child, and you have to be there. Your best mate is getting married on a yacht in Monte Carlo, and he's shouting you all expenses paid trip for you to be there. You're playing in an AFL Grand Final, or you've just won an Access All Areas pass to see your favourite band on the planet. Which one are you choosing?
My wife's not in the crowd. I have to go with that. I know it's probably you expect it, but the joy of being a parent and watching your wife, an extraordinary human, go through that process of giving birth. They seriously grow a leg, and you're so proud. And in that moment, you get lost and you transcend really. Because they're such powerful people, women, when they go through birth, and then to be finally become a dad. And that was the first words my wife spoke to me. She goes, "You're now a dad." So, I was a blubbering mess after I heard that.
That's fantastic. Sorry, mate. That was...
I'd rather Monte
And you, babe?
Left him wide open.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. What? No. Oh, no, I know that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Which one?
Oh, wait. Do you have to choose out of... They're happening at the same time?
All of them.
Oh, they're happening at the same time?
All of them are happening at the same time.
I'm going to Monte Carlo with the boys. No. I've seen...
If it was Croatia, you might be there.
Yeah, Croatia may be there. But no, I'll be with the missus, obviously. Their support, yeah.
All right, well,
have to, come on.
Well recovered, I like it. That was beautiful. I could just see that shovel being thrown away then. That was very nice. Hey, one of the following is placed in front of you. Which one are you going to be eating? A cream bun, a meat pie, a custard tart, a vanilla slice, a glazed or cinnamon donut, or chocolate?
I'm chocolate, yeah. I love chocolate. Black Forest is my favourite.
Yeah.
Vanilla slice.
Oh.
Anyone Mornington Peninsula down Sorrento, there's an actual coffee shop called the Vanilla Slice.
Is that the really... Oh, there's one that's...
Very expensive, but beautiful.
Beautiful.
There's one that has the biggest vanilla slice down... It's like a kilo, like literally that big. Anyway, sorry for another day, but there's a place that does a massive vanilla slice. I don't like it though. I don't like that sort of stuff.
I'm a sucker for it. I love the old French one too.
Nice.
Goes down a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the boys. All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to talk a little bit about football because it is a footy panel show. We're going to get in and out of it as quickly as we can, but we do want to discuss it. It's AFL Finals Time, which is fantastic. Thursday, the 1st of September is our first game. Elimination final, Brisbane versus Richmond, 7:20pm at the Gabba. Brisbane coming off a 58-point loss to Melbourne, who were dominant and made the Lions look second-rate. Tigers coming off a 66-point thrashing of Essendon. They will get Grimes and Graham back most likely. Martin will come back into the team, coming off a lengthy stint on the sidelines. What do you think here, boys? Elimination final, Brisbane v Richmond.
Yeah, Brisbane sort of shit the bed a little bit in
Yeah.
the last round. They tried to beat up Melbourne, but it sort of worked against them.
Didn't it?
And you just wouldn't want to play Richmond at the minute. They've run into a lot of form, and I think they've won quite convincingly up there in the past few seasons, especially in big finals. So I can't see Richmond losing.
Okay.
I'm Richmond, I reckon Richmond will win.
Yeah, too easy.
I think Dusty's back too, isn't he? Did you say that?
Well, it hasn't been announced, obviously,
yeah,
but I would be suggesting so. I mean, they've got a little bit of time up their sleeve. Has been on the sidelines for about the last 6 weeks, so sort of longest hamstring I've ever seen.
Big time player, though.
Yeah,
Big time player.
Absolutely.
He'll rise to the occasion.
Too true, Mitch, too true. Let's go to this game, Friday, 2nd of September, qualifying final, Melbourne versus Sydney, 7:50pm at the MCG. D's looking like they found some good form off the back of the Lions demolition, beating the Lions to the tune of 58 points. For Melbourne, they made it look clinical. They adapted to Brisbane's roughhouse tactics, as you just alluded to, with simple, quick ball movement and quality entries backed up with accurate kicking and good conversion. Nice football to watch. Just point to the scoreboard. That's the score, boys. Sydney's win was at the expense of St Kilda, who were gallant and came at the Swans, but the pressure Sydney applied to the ball carrier, creating turnovers, is what saw them get across the line. What do you think here, though, guys? As a qualifying final between Melbourne and Sydney at the G.
Yeah,
Friday night football.
It's a great game. I think Sydney are, they're not the wild card, but they're going to go deep into September. And Melbourne are probably, outside of Geelong, the form team of the competition. So it's going to be a great game. I think just being at the G, and Melbourne obviously play quite well there. I think they'll get the job done. But Sydney are as tough a side as any, so it's going to be a brutal game. But I think Melbourne will just scrape in.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Buddy up and running. I think it was the 12th season he kicked 50 plus goals or something this year, which is crazy. But if Buddy's up and running, I think Sydney could come over the top of them. And I don't know, Melbourne, if they get a bit complacent, but they're normally really good around finals time. They're really, I don't know, we've experienced it, but I hope Sydney gets up.
Yeah.
I'm barracking for Sydney.
Yeah. It's going to tell us a lot, that game, though, isn't it?
Definitely, but you can't go past Melbourne. It's really a toss of a coin, I think.
Yeah, they were really dominant against Brisbane last Friday night. They played a really good brand of football.
No, they did.
Jumping over to this game, Saturday the 3rd of September, another qualifying final. This game should be a cracker. Geelong versus Collingwood, 4:35pm at the MCG. Geelong, the McClelland Trophy winners for 2022, finishing on top of the ladder at the end of the home and away season with their last 13 games as wins. Stanley and Cameron most likely coming back. I think Guthrie may be back. He got a little bit of a shoulder. Kolodjasny, a little bit of maybe concussion, something along those lines. But they should be all cherry ripe by the time they come back. Last time these both teams met was round 3. Cats won by 13 points. Pies winning winning 12 of their last 13, going down to Sydney by 27. Adams will most likely come back in for Collingwood. Collingwood have had an outstanding year, defying all the odds and the expectations. What do you think here? This is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I think Geelong, definitely. I think it'll be a bit of a... I don't think it'll be close. Geelong are seriously one of the best teams, I suppose, we've played this year.
Wow.
They've gotten us twice, just the way, so experienced, and it's something like a final where they'll thrive even more. And Collingwood, they've gotten away with a few close wins, I think, against a side like Geelong, experienced and, well-oiled type machine. Not going to go over the edge.
Okay.
Again,
Thanks for that.
I hope for footy, I hope they... they don't go as well as they should because they haven't played that well at MCG in the past. Yeah. They've struggled there a little bit, and it's nearly theirs to lose.
Yeah.
Like Collingwood are just riding this wave of wins after wins, and who's to say they can't come out and do it again to Geelong? Because Geelong could get nervous. They'd much rather play down at their cauldron down at Skilled Stadium where they bash teams and win by 10 goals most weeks. So I hope it's a close game. I can't see, Geelong losing, but I think that there's a few things and a few layers in this game that could fall Collingwood's way.
Well said, absolutely. Let's jump over to this game, elimination final, Fremantle versus the Western Bulldogs, 8:10 p.m. in Optus Oval. Let's discuss this game, Fremantle versus Bulldogs, in our next little segment, which is called Tell Me More. All right. Each week we ask the panellists to give their thoughts and opinions on all things happening in and around football. We're not trying to make or break the news here. We just want to get it straight from you guys. Next week, elimination final. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Fremantle versus Western Bulldogs. Saturday, 3rd September, Optus Stadium in Perth. Game kicks off at 8:10 p.m. Want to discuss last week before we get into it. You were challenged by the Hawks. They got off to a nice start. You pegged them back in the second to lead by 3 points. I think it was a mixture of inaccuracy on your part and determination on theirs that probably kept them in with a bit of a sniff. 1 goal, 8 in the third. You held on though to come away 23-point winners, and that was all that was required. Rourke and Astro were good with 3 each, and Sam Darcy chimed in with 2. He's been a nice addition to your tools, adaptable, playing both forward and down back. Tell us about the win. Tell us about, obviously, we talked about Astro and also with... who did I just allude to there? Rourke going in with your 3 goals. But what about Sam Darcy? Tell us a little bit about him.
He's a ripping kid. Coming out of his shell now, playing a bit of footy and playing with freedom, which is good to see from played 3 games now. But I suppose the flexibility to be able to put him forward and back and get the job done at a young age or at any age is just so valuable. So to see him do it as he did was awesome. He's
quite confident. He looks very confident. Yeah. Obviously, he's got that Darcy trait in him.
He does, and he's tall.
Yeah.
He's huge. I think he's pushing nearly 208, 209 at the minute, and growing as well. So, I think there's some things that we've seen in him at VFL level, being really competitive on the ground. Yep. Obviously he's got the marks, which are the highlights, which you'll see obviously played on the screen. But when the ball hits the deck, he's got a trait of really fighting and really being aggressive towards trying to win that ball. And it's something that I haven't seen in a player that size for a long time. So it's really exciting. And I know it's been written that he's had such an interrupted year. Like he didn't start running till, I think it might have been in March or April. Okay. And then he's come along in leaps and bounds and showed some form and capitalised on his opportunity.
Fantastic.
We've mentioned that he got swung forward and really changed the game, kicked a couple of goals. So it's an ace up our sleeve that we can play. But be interesting to see if Bevo plays him or starts him forward or starts him defence next week.
Which is going to be interesting. And it'd be great when he gets into the gym. He'll be a little bit like Tim English when he first came to the club, a bit of a lanky
blow over in the wind.
Yeah, exactly. He used to cross over to the other side of the street when someone had a blow dry. So it'd be great when he starts to bulk up a little bit. You're going to see a lot more development as he comes along, which is going to be good. Yeah. I wanted to just ask about Bevo's comments regarding your ladder position. I sensed a little frustration from him, suggesting that you haven't been a team anywhere near the top. These are his words, not mine. Anywhere near the top of the ladder all year. I just got from that comment that maybe he thought, although you are now playing finals, that maybe you didn't deserve to be there, which I kind of thought that was a little bit strange. This coupled in with an earlier comment during the season saying, we're not the team we once were. Bear in mind that these comments were made prior, not after the game. I just found those a little bit strange. What's the vibe from the playing group and also from the coaching fraternity?
Well, I think, I don't know. I like that he's not beating around the bush, and he never has. And I think we're all aware as well that what we're capable is not what we're showing on the weekend, what we're capable of. You look at this is arguably, one of the best, midfields in the comp, and then our overall team composition is amazing. It's just we can't get the job done. But I think it's a mixture of excitement, because we know what we can do, as we did last year, besides losing the granny. Just disappointing, because we view ourselves as a top 4 team that should be going deep into finals, which lucky enough now we've got a chance to. It's been a frustrating kind of year, I guess.
Can I just, before you jump in there, Mitch, I just wanted to go on, is part of his frustration from the stats like you had on the weekend? You had 49 clearances to Hawthorn's 22, meaning you were winning the ball, and then you were able to get inside 50, because the inside 50 count was 71 to 39, but as I said before, you kicked 1 goal 8 for all that hard work. So do you reckon there's a little bit of frustration from that?
I'll break this sort of answer into two parts. The first part being we have underachieved, to be honest, and Baz talked about beating around the bush. Like, our expectation going into the season is we're going to be right up the top of the ladder, and I don't think we've been in the 8, or been out of the 8 more than we have been in the 8. So we have definitely not reached where we wanted to reach, and there's frustrations among the coaching staff, but also amongst the players as well. And with all that said, we're in a finals campaign, and I'm sure any other team playing against us would have had trepidation playing against us because of what we are capable of. So,
absolutely.
And I think with the stats that you threw out there, it's probably an isolated game, but just our inconsistencies in game, from week to week is what really killed us. Talk about playing Geelong, we beat them by 3 quarters, and then 1 quarter they outscored us by 40 points, which is enough to win. So. We've found the hard way that you have to, you can't play half games or 3 quarters of games. You have to play the full 120 minutes, which is unfortunate because if you talk about games in isolation, there's probably 5 or 6 where if a couple of things went our way, we would be up the top of the ladder. Yeah. But we've shown too many times of our inconsistencies is why we're not, competing with the top 4 sides.
Brilliant, love it. Sorry,
that's honest.
Yeah. I wrote down here, okay, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, but this was Melbourne's problem only 6 weeks ago. Remember, Goody came out on a Friday night and he said, well, this is what he said on Friday night, just gone, we're going to be executing better ball use, getting quality ball entry, and then putting more focus on converting in front of goal. It's pretty simple when you say it, but they actually did come out and implement it on Friday night, which I thought was, more credit to the Melbourne Football Club. It sounds pretty simple, but they actually came out and they did exactly what they said they would against Brisbane the other night. They totally got inside their heads. Win the centre clearance and get it in quick. Wow, go figure. That's football.
Yeah, it is. And the simple fact is you look at the top 4 teams, we haven't beaten Geelong, but the other 3 we've beaten and beaten well. So, we can match it with them. Yep. It's just about obviously now being consistent because, finals are very unforgiving. So you have to apply yourself for the whole time to if you want to win.
I think that's exciting because finals are a different kettle of fish. It's not a home and away sort of game, and I think any 2 teams running out there, anything can happen. And with what we're capable of, if we show up to play, we can go very deep, regardless if we're sitting 8th or not. I think the rest of the competition knows where we should be, and are sort of worried if they come up against us.
And Freo's a very young side, so they're shitting themselves at the minute. And we've got some finals experience in our team. This is our 4th year in a row playing finals.
Yeah.
So hopefully that goes to our favour.
Yeah, good. Alrighty, enough of all that. Where do you think the game with Fremantle will be won and lost? I'll give you the final word. Your chip and margin, if you like, but we'll go with where do you think the game will be won and lost against Fremantle?
I think they last time we played them denied us the ball,
yep.
And it was said on the commentary a lot. I think they had 50 uncontested marks in the first quarter. So if we can reduce the time they have the ball in their hand, so obviously high turnovers in our front half, I think we'll go a long way to winning quite comfortably. Okay. But if we obviously are a bit slow to react and retreat too much and don't defend that well, we'll be chasing bum a lot. Yep. So I think it's going to be won or lost in the ability to turn the ball over.
Brilliant. Well
I think it'll be, the connection piece between our mids to, I suppose, the forward line and getting bang for buck on those inside 50s, because we will get it in there. It's just, choosing the right option and our forwards fighting and competing to either bring it to ground and keep it in there or taking the mark. So I think that'll be super important, especially against a Freo good young-ish midfield. Yeah.
I think it'd be great if we could see Josh Bruce come in and have just a blinder of a game and stamp himself that he says I'm a finals credential player. That'd be wonderful 100%. To see how that would go. That's all I basically wanted to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the boys. We're going to introduce a segment. It's called Simply the Best. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions. As soon as you think you know the answer, buzz in. All right? You both ready to go?
Yep, ready.
That's where you use your microphone and say, yes, Damien, we are. Yeah, all right. Okay. Let's just go with it then. All right. Here we go. Here's your first question. How many premierships has your club won?
Tory. 2.
Congratulations. You're off the mark. Mitch is very happy. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final? Dean.
2.
Correct. You're both off the mark. Two apiece. Question number 3. Who is your team's captain?
Dean.
Dean?
The Bond.
Yes, Marcus Bontempelli, full name, if you'd like to give him that. That would be wonderful. The Bond it is. Who wears the number 7 at your club?
Dean.
Dean?
Lucky Hunter.
Correct. All right. Dean's off to a flyer.
Let's go, Dino. Come on, mate.
How many members does your club currently have? Closest to within 1,000. Dean?
49.
Ooh. Would you like to have a go, Tori? You're very close, but I'm just going to give Tori a chance.
I'm going 51.
51?
Yeah.
It's 50,989. You're as close as it can get. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season? Yes, Dean.
8th.
Is that your answer? 8th?
Yep.
No. Tori, would you like me to... No, where did your team finish on the ladder at the... He didn't let me finish the question because he buzzed in, so now I'll go with the full question. Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year? Tori, you get the full question. What would your answer be?
6th.
Tori, into the microphone.
6th.
Did you say 6th?
Yep.
You'd be wrong. It was 5th. Bad luck. All right. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season? Not this year, last year.
Dean.
Dean.
I'll say 15.
You'd be correct. Well done. 15 it is. What year did your team last win a grand final and who
Tori.
did they play? Tori.
2016 against Sydney.
Correct. Well done. Beautiful. How are we going there score-wise? 4 versus 3. You hope it's right? Okay. Dean's relying on you. He's got a $2,000 prize on this and a bet going with Tabcorp. No, he's not. All right. How many points did you win that grand final by?
Dean.
Dean.
It was 22.
It was 22. Congratulations. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. This is for 2 points. Who was the last Western Bulldogs player to win a Norm Smith medal and in
Tori.
what year? Tori.
Jason Joe Haddison, 2016.
Correct. That was for 2 points. Beautiful. All right. Now for another 2 points. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2021 and how many goals?
Tori.
Tori.
Josh Bruce, 48.
Wow. Yes. Well done, Tori. 2 points. 2 points. So what are we looking at now? 5 versus 7. Tori's shot into the lead. All right. Bailey's rooting for you, Dean. Here we go. For 3 points, player, year and votes. Who was the last Western Bulldog player to win a Brownlow medal and what year and how many votes did they poll?
Tori.
Tori.
2007, Adam Cooney.
Hang on. What year?
2007.
You're saying 2000
7.
You're saying 2007? Okay.
Yeah.
And who was the player?
Adam Cooney.
That's correct. And how many votes?
25.
Okay. Dean, would you like to have a go?
I'll say it was Cooney, 2008, with about, it's a guess, I'll say 23 votes.
Wow. I'll give 2 points to Tori because she actually got Adam Cooney. I'll give 1 point to Tori because she got Adam Cooney. But you get 1 point as well because it was 2008, but the votes were 24. All right, you both missed out on that. So 1 point to each of you. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you 3 Bulldog player names. You have to tell me what their combined jumper numbers add up to. After you buzz in, right, I'm going to give you 3 seconds, okay, to run the little abacus through your brain, and you have to tell me the total. Here are your 3 players. Jason Johannesson, Tony Liberatore, Josh Bruce. Who wants to buzz in?
I'll say Dean.
Dean?
68.
No. Tori?
77.
Correct, 77 it is. What have we got score-wise now? That was 1 point to Tori. So we're sitting on, 6 versus 9. I could make this worth 4 points, Dean, but I won't. All right, let's see how we go. I'll give you 3 player jumpers. You've got to give me the combined jumper total. Mitch Wallace, Bailey Smith, Tim English. How'd we go?
Actually, I don't even know what number Tim English is, actually.
Tori.
Tori.
53.
There it is. 53 it is. Tori, yes, but even better, she is what, Sam? Simply the best. Well done. Well done. Tori, you champion. Tori, congratulations to both of you. You guys are fantastic. Leave the microphones down the front. Thank you, Dean. Leave that down there. Now, what's going to happen here? Stay here, Dean. You've won the Yamaha earbuds, $190 worth. All right. Wow. That's a nice bit of excitement right there. You don't go home empty-handed, mate. That's good for footy football. You were both wonderful. Well done. Good on you. Good on you guys. Thank you very much. All right, Simply the Best was proudly brought to you by Yamaha and the Big Picture People. They are the experts in surround sound, home theatre technology. The Big Picture People are located in Hoppers Crossing, Clyde North, Water Garden, South Morang, Cheltenham and the Gold Coast. Well done. That was fantastic. All right, what I want to do now, boys, I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with you two. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. We're going to introduce a segment. It's called Cool World. How are you enjoying the songs and the intros? Is it?
Nice. Yeah.
You've done this before, have you?
He's a ring-in. I just got him tonight. He's doing all right, though. No, you're doing wonderful. I love you, Sam. He's been with me for, all 26 shows for this season and 5 years on top of that. I love him. Let's get into this. I'm going to ask you boys a series of questions. You just have to answer as honestly as you possibly can.
We'll see.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
Oh, I have.
Context. Go context. Why?
Not for good stuff.
Yeah. I didn't go my ID out one day and...
Oh, Mitch! Mitch!
I'm not proud of it. And it wasn't my idea, but I was holding up.
Yes.
Come on, mate. Come on, this is me, I promise. Anyway.
Bailey's not happy with that answer.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's good. Do you watch replays of games that you feature in?
Well, yeah, we have to for educational purposes, but otherwise, no.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, same thing. Yeah.
All right, good. Would you ever get a hair transplant if you were going bald?
I'd maybe do that.
baby.
You do that. No, I reckon I'd embrace the bald, and you can I don't know, it'd be pretty weird, but you can tattoo like a shaved head thing, and they actually look alright. But that's probably as far as I go, I reckon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, you'd be
just
handsome
like
anyway, Bailey. You've got nothing to worry about, mate. Have you ever said, do you know who I am when lining up to get into a nightclub?
I haven't, but I've got a teammate who has, but I can't say his name. He does it frequently too.
Oh, now we have to know.
Who?
Initials?
I can't.
No, all right, okay. Moving right along. Mitch?
No, I haven't.
No?
You just go out behind him. He's a walking billboard, so you just, clear the path.
I get it. Have you ever fudged a footy story to make it sound better?
Footy story? Nah, I haven't actually.
No?
I don't have many good footy stories.
Not sober, shouldn't I?
Excellent. Have you ever brought a present for your partner, but it was really for you?
Well, it was my missus' birthday yesterday, and one of the presents was a holiday to Bali. So, yeah, for 10 days or 2 weeks. So it's partially mine as well. So I guess so, yeah.
The bowling ball present, I like it.
All the time.
All the time.
No, couples massages, travel.
Yeah.
Things.
Good.
Gifts
okay.
to give back.
Have you ever re-gifted a gift that was given to you?
Have I? No, I haven't.
No? Okay.
No.
Yes, I have a few. The most recent one was a golf voucher, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, for a round of golf.
That's
It was
all
just
right.
an on-sale.
Yeah, I think that's nice. Yeah, okay. Have you ever pretended to be on the phone to avoid a conversation?
Oh, every day.
Yeah, I'm just about...
At home? No.
Yeah, I do a fair bit. And yeah, it depends. Not even to avoid conversation, but even just some people taking photos of you or something. Yeah.
I get you. Okay. Are you on social media more than 4 hours a day?
No, my screen time was actually not much. I've got 15 minutes a day on, combined of Instagram, Snapchat and Messenger. Just I don't even go on it that much anyway. Because it's a bit of a trap. It's not good for you.
Yeah, I'm not big on social media. So.
Okay, good. All right. Someone annoying is talking to you and they have parsley stuck in between their teeth. Do you tell them?
I tell everyone. That or like there's a booger or something. I'm telling you, yeah.
Oh, I stare for a bit just so it's so they know that it's been there for a while, and then.
Very nicely done. All right, here's your last one. You get upgraded at an event, a restaurant or a hotel to VIP status because someone thinks you're someone that you're not. Do you go along with it or do you say nothing?
Of course you do.
Yeah, you go along with it.
Yeah.
Why
Go
not?
along with it. There you go. That's enough. Well done.
Oh, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I write the questions. I believe I would. Yeah. There you go. That was cool world. All right. So what's going to happen? I'll introduce the segment. I'll explain it as it goes. Let's do it. It's called Say My Name. All right. What's going to happen here, boys? I'm going to Sam, my sound engineer, is going to play 45 seconds on the clock. Because you're going first, Bailey, and you nominated yourself, which was fantastic. I love it when you do that.
Yep.
Because you're going first, I'm going to read out a jumper number. You have to give me the Christian name and the surname of the player that jumper is associated with.
So
They're
no nicknames.
No nicknames. And it has to be it'll be everybody from the current list at the Western Bulldogs Football Club. All right? So 45 seconds on the clock. Your time will start. And excuse me, Sienna, you're going to be keeping score. So each one that he gets right, you'll hear this noise. Each one that he gets wrong, you'll hear this noise. And if you get to a number, don't pause, just go pass and we'll move straight along. Okay, so if you don't know it, and no one's going to hate you for it, it's just one of those things. Remember, I had, All right, so we're ready to go. Your 45 seconds starts now. Number 35.
Caleb Daniel.
Correct. Number 20.
Ed Richards.
Correct. Number 27.
Robbie McComb.
Correct. Number 31.
Pass.
Bailey Dale. Number 30. Number 39.
Jason Johannesson.
Correct. Number 44.
Tim English.
Correct. Number 37.
Rourke Smith.
Correct. 17.
Josh Bruce.
Correct. 6.
Bailey Smith.
Correct. 2.
Jamara Ugelhagen.
Correct. Number 11.
Jack McRae.
Correct. Number 8.
Taylor, no, he's 15. He was 8 at Hawthorn. Steph Martin.
Correct. Number 16.
Toby McLean.
Correct. Number 42.
Alex Keith.
Correct. Number 23.
Tim O'Brien. No, Lathan Vandermeer on best.
That's correct. Number 4.
Bond. Marcus Bond.
Yes. All right. How we go? Annie, were you keeping score down the front? Was it?
Trying.
Yeah. How?
So fast.
All right. What was the score? 15. Wow. All right.
He gets to hear all the names before.
No. These are all new.
No, mine are all new, mate.
Are they new?
It starts fresh now.
That's good, then.
So Sienna, congratulations. That was 15. That was very well done. All right. Thank you very much. So you stay there. We're now going to see how Mitch goes. Are you ready to go, Mitch?
Yep.
Your first one will start, and you're ready to go down there.
Be kind.
Yep.
Be kind.
All right. Here we go. Get ready to start turning him over. I think Mitch is going to give you a fair workout here. Your first one will start now. Number 5.
Josh Dunkley.
Correct. Number 14.
Riley West.
Correct. Number 12.
Zane Cordy.
Correct. Number 30.
Number what, sorry?
30.
Lockie McNeil.
Correct. Number 24.
Buku Kamas.
Correct. Number 1.
Adam Trelaw.
Correct. Number 3.
No, Mitch Wallace.
Number 15.
Taylor Dray.
Correct. Number 22.
Tim O'Brien.
Correct. 32.
Arthur Jones.
Correct. 9.
Hayden Crozier.
Correct. 10.
Sam Darcy.
Correct. 13.
Joshua Shackey.
Correct. 19.
Cody Waitman.
Correct. 21.
Tom Liberatore.
Correct. 38.
What's his name? Riley Garcia.
Correct. 26.
Don Bedendo.
Correct. Number 7.
Lockie Hunter.
Correct. 43. I'll
Brian
give it to you.
Gardner.
There you go. Score-wise. Whoa! Well done, champ. How good's that? Wow! That was brilliant. All right, Sabine, guess what? Mitch has won for you. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You got a
Sienna.
That's Good for Footy football.
Sorry.
Congratulations. But you get to go home with a That's Good for Footy beanie. And all the
Beanie's
things
cooler.
in it. Don't drop them. All right, but that's all yours. Well done, girls. Thank you. That was good stuff. Hey, thanks to everyone tonight. Thanks for showing your support for the Western Bulldogs Football Club. Thanks for showing your support for That's Good for Footy. Thanks for coming along and being part of the night. I need to let you know, we hope to do one of these shows every Wednesday leading through the finals and then hopefully a post-grand final show. It'd be great if the Western Bulldogs were in that, wouldn't it? All right. I just need to let you know we've got a show on as soon as tomorrow night, August the 25th. We'll have from the Collingwood Football Club, Brodie Myercheck and Ashley Johnson on the panel, live from the Craigieburn Sporting Club, 235 Craigieburn Road in Craigieburn. Remember, if you're purchasing tickets to come along to these shows, you can only get them online. Get them through www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/events. Click on the links in the post to get to the That's Good for Footy Facebook page through the ticketing platform, okay? These shows are recorded live at the Mulgrave Country Club, as tomorrow night's will be as well, in front of this beautiful, lovely audience. Thank you all. You've been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you to Sam, my sound engineer. Thank you to the lovely Sandy who does the door and the floor. I appreciate all their support. You can put your hands together for them because they're wonderful.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And on top of that, I just wanted to let you know your photos will be up on the That's Good Footy Facebook page, probably about 11:30 tonight. For all the kids in the room, don't worry, go home, go to bed. Tomorrow morning it'll be like Christmas. You'll wake up, you'll go to your Facebook page and there's going to be everything with you and the photos, okay? So don't stress about any of that. Whilst you're all feeling in a lovely mood and before you start running out the door like that guy over there is, what I'd like you to do before you do that is just put your hands together for two champions from the Western Bulldogs Football Club, Mitch Wallace and Bailey Smith. We have loved having them both on the show tonight. Boys, final word goes to you. What would you like to say in relation to the night that you've had?
It's been fun. Appreciate you guys being so respectful and nice, taking photos with you, and just, awesome crowd to chat to, I guess, and have around us.
Thank you so much. Mitch?
Yeah. I'll echo those thoughts. Thanks for being such a great crowd, but it's good to interact this way. It's great that it's a bit more personal for Bailey and I. It's unfortunate we haven't had these opportunities in the last few years because of COVID, so make sure you pile on your red, white and blue next weekend when we play the Freo Dockers, and let's give them hell, hey?
Bloody oath. Well said, mate. As I said, they're great ambassadors of the Western Bulldogs Football Club. You should be so proud to have them both on representing your team. I just want to wish you guys personally, from me to you, all the best of luck when you go over to Optus. Just smash them, man. Come back and get into it. Have a really good final series. They've got wonderful smiles. They're beautiful people. I've loved having them on the show tonight. It's been wonderful. My name's Damien. This has been the That's Good for Footy panel show. Thank you, everyone. We'll all see you again soon, we hope. We'll see you soon. Cheers and good night. Thank you.